Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Haunted Gaming. Today's episode is an Animal Crossing pasta called SPARKY.EXE. Now buckle up your seatbelts, cause we're going in for a wild ride. Oh. Let's start reading. I remember about 5 years ago when I had an incident with a copy of Animal Crossing City Folk. Now back then, I was learning how to hack games, and hacked a few of my own, like Sonic Adventure 2 and Mario Kart Wii. One I really wanted to hack was Animal Crossing City Folk. That game was very popular at the time, and having a hacked town made it fun to play the game. I was looking up hacks for Animal Crossing City Folk when I found a page on Google with a list of hacks for Animal Crossing City Folk. I saw a lot of hacks, some of which I've never even heard of. I came across an interesting one. It was called SPARKY.EXE. I was too curious to even read the description of the hack, so I never really knew what it was supposed to do. Once I finished downloading the hack into my save data of Animal Crossing City Folk on an SD card, I turned on my Wii and began to play. The first thing I noticed is that Rover wasn't himself. He was kind of off-character at times. By this, I meant that he would sometimes ask off-character questions. Like after I finished making my profile, he asked, "Do you really think life is worth living for?" I thought that was really odd, but it gets even more weird later. You'll see what I mean. Anyways, when I came out of my character's house, or Billy's house, as dubbed to my character, and I checked the map, one of my villagers' names was Sparky. I'll try to describe Sparky as best I can. Sparky is as you'd expect from a name like that. A dog. He looked like a Dalmatian, and the expression on his face was sad-like the, face. He had a blue shirt with the number 79 on it. His house was completely empty, so it seemed like he had barely moved in. At this point, I thought the hack simply gave me a custom villager. I talked to Sparky, but he wouldn't reply back. Instead, he would just reply, ... Well, eventually, I got him to talk, and he just said, "Hi." On the second day, I got up, and I got into my first fight. Someone wanted to change my name to PB, and I did not want them to do that. I started putting pitfalls under them over and over, until I ran out. That's when I encountered Sparky for the second time. He automatically talked to me. 79797979 797979797979797979. What the fuck? He spammed the same number on his shirt. Then I had two choices. ... or ... I didn't know what was going on here, so I picked the first one. After that, the game froze. Maybe from data corruption? I turned the game back on and was greeted by Rover, who said this time, "Why live life knowing you will die?" That was a statement by Kefka in a Final Fantasy game, but it was creepy still. When I went into the game, it was gray and stormy. There were no trees, even though there were some before. All other villager houses were gone. As I went closer to Sparky's house, the game began to make loud, buzzing noises. Eventually, when I was at the front door, it was so loud, I covered my ears as I went inside. At first, it was pitch black. Then the screen barely turned visible, at least so I could see my character. I moved around until I saw Sparky. His entire appearance had disappeared, and now he was just a bunch of glitchy pixels. Also, the number 79 was spammed all over the house. He started slowly approaching me, and I couldn't get out, stating, Let's pretend we didn't see that, shall we? With every attempt, finally, I was caught in a corner. As he approached me, the buzzing got so loud, I felt my eardrums pump with blood. Then, a text appeared on the screen. Hello again, Billy. I'm going to enjoy playing with you. All at once, the screen took me back in front of Sparky's house. It had started to rain harder. I noticed Sparky coming out of the house too. He approached me, and I couldn't move again. The game started spazzing and glitching. The graphics were so distorted I couldn't make out anything. Also, that awful buzzing noise pierced my ears at the speed of a bullet. I covered my head with a nearby pillow and cried out in pain. As I watched, there was a bunch of red pixels that had begun spreading from the pixels of my character to the entire screen. Then, all at once, everything stopped. The game turned off. I noticed a circular scratch on the disc when I took it out. After this incident, I mailed the game to my friend, who disposed of it by using it as a shooting target for his new BB gun. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably destroyed, since the BBs my friend uses are metal. 1 year later, I successfully hacked Animal Crossing City Folk, making what I named Epic Town. It was fun to play around, but I eventually got bored having all the items and all that, so I put it up for sale on eBay. Even though it's probably been 5 years, I can still remember this entire incident, and Sparky too. I wonder if Sparky was even real. What if he wasn't all what he was meant to be? What does that mean? Whoa! That story was so good! I would be saying if I was in opposite day. Ho ho ho. Okay, so objectively, this story is probably better than Angry Blaze, my favorite story so far. But the main reason why I like Angry Blaze so much is because it was unique. It tried to bring new things to the table, and they didn't succeed. It was a very badly written pasta. It had really not a lot of just good to it, but the way it was written, you could tell that there was passion in there. You could tell that the writer genuinely wanted to make an interesting story that people wanted to read. But with this one, it has absolutely no soul to it. It has nothing that makes me want to keep reading. It's a complete ripoff of Sonic.exe. There's really nothing here that makes me think that the writer cared. It's just the most generic bottom-of-the-barrel story I've read so far. I tried to make it interesting through editing, but even then, I kind of got tired about near the end there. I just did not want to keep going. I wanted to move on to the next video because this was so boring. So basically, this is obviously a D rank. I mean, it's not F, at least I finished it, but it's very close. It's very close. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one.